Hello, my name is Christine Mackenzie Jansen, and I'd like to invite you to a weekend on engaged mindfulness, which is taking place in the Sanctuary in Dublin on the 22nd and 23rd of February of 2020. So engaged mindfulness is the quite logical next step after we've been practicing mindfulness in terms of settling the mind, or kind of working with everything that comes up in our inner environment. And then after that, maybe there can be a development into the practicing of compassion for self, for others. And then we might be ready to also look at how can we work with the bigger questions, the bigger issues that are happening in our world today. So you could call it engaged mindfulness or compassion in action. It's the content of the weekend is inspired by Joanna Macy, who's she's a Buddhist scholar and an environmental activist for like 5 or 6 decades, and also a scholar of systems theory. So she has developed what's now known as the work that reconnects, which is helping us to connect both with ourselves and others, but also very much with the world. And it's got a whole series of very experiential practices, which we will be drawing on in this weekend to see, as Friedrich Buchner says, where our greatest joy and the world's greatest need, where those two meet. So the shape of the weekend will be in the shape of the spiral of the work that reconnects. We start off from gratitude and really ground ourselves in all that is good and well and resourcing for us very personally. And then resourced in that way, we can begin to turn to what's difficult, to what concerns might we have about what's happening in the world. And that can be a whole range of concerns that come up for people. It might be around the climate crisis. It might be more politically. It might be socially, social justice. It might be to do with animal welfare, homelessness. You name it. There's so many things that are happening in the world that we might feel concerned about. We might feel worried and actually in pain about in some ways. So it may be a bit counterintuitive to go there and to actually allow ourselves to feel that. But what experience teaches us is that actually it frees up a lot of energy to open up to what we're already living with, to give it some space, to share with others in a safe and kind of structured way where there's lots of opportunity to do that on your terms. And then from having what Joanna Macy calls honored the pain for our world, from there we kind of move on in the spiral into seeing with new eyes, which is around finding a different perspective, which actually might be really empowering and inspiring and allowing us to draw on many more resources than we previously might have thought we had available to us. And then from that place, we come into the last part of the spiral, which is the going forth, which is the now what? Now how might you take this into action in your life, kind of after the weekend? So we've run this work several times, and people tend to find it really nourishing, inspiring, connecting. Also, it can be right in that stretch of into the beyond the comfort zone. It's quite experiential. But previous participants have said that although it may be challenging, it's not too challenging. So it's definitely held in a very supportive way, and it can also be a real relief to share about these worries that are maybe not so so easy to talk about or so easy to actually know what to do with.